go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Mancera, and this one called French Riviera. Apparently a hype beast within our fragrance community. I feel like the people that hype this are reviewers that are in the bargain bin era, are in the, they're in the, I like bargain bin sense. I feel like the brand of Mancera is like those, like they feel like this is their niche brand because it's so affordable. And hyping up these fragrances from these brands, Mancera, Montal, helps your view count because they're so accessible. They are cheap and sometimes even cheaper than designer fragrances. So it is a good rule of thumb if you want to be an influencer, definitely go into the Mancera route, the PDM route, and that will help your growth. For me personally, Mancera has some hits and misses, honestly. And then that's kind of like the joy of delving into a brand. Again, obviously there's no real unboxing here. I don't have the box. I mean, it was part of the Fragflex haul. So, but I got the pouch. Yay, go me. Honestly, I'm decanting this. I don't really care about the pouch. They could have kept it. But let's unbox it. Let's take a look at it. So it's got that blue hue to it. It does have a little bit of a dent into it. So that person really enjoyed their French Riviera and said, nah, I'm good. Now, if you are not subscribed to the Robezoid channel, what are you doing? You're viewing this. You're going to get, what you're going to get out of me? Truth. Not sponsored. I don't have any brands behind me. A lot of this stuff, a lot of this is my early journey. This is all, a lot of it blind bought by yours truly. There is no, and I've bashed fragrances that I've spent hundreds, and I mean several hundred sometimes. I blind bought, and that's what I do. So hit that subscribe button because you're going to get truth out of me. And smash that like button because, that's what really helps me grow, helps the channel grow, obviously. Much appreciated. And to my old heads, merci beaucoup. Again, as always, love you all. You're all so great. Really appreciate it, especially the ones that keep returning to this Fragflex haul. We're getting into it. We're really putting a good dent into it. So now let's take a look at the note breakdown on this one. Oh, she's a busy one. Obviously, this is going to be in the French Riviera, the fresh side of things of Mancera. I'm assuming we're getting a lot of orange, lemon, tangerine, ginger. So there's a lot of freshness here. You're getting C notes. So obviously some sort of aquatic citrusy thing. Released back in 2022. Oh, I thought this one was older than that. The nose is Pierre Montal, as per Fragrantica. Pierre Mancera. Fictional character, Pierre something something. This one right here, again, a hype beast, eh? I don't know. So we'll see. We're going to put it on strip first, and then we'll put it on skin. I'm wearing blue just because the bottle's blue. Let's delve into it. The matchy. The atomizer's pretty decent on these Manceras, and this is one of those caps, right? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I have to take that off anyway and put it on skin. Let's sniff this one. Fresh, citrusy, aquatic, watery, ozonic, floral, little creamy. That's probably from the florals. Oh, there's Tierra flower in here. Mimosa. Yeah, that would do it. So that would give it kind of like a beachy vibe, almost like a suntan lotion vibe. Almost, it's not in that, it's not all the way in that area. It does remind me of something. It really does. Something designer-ish. But it has that salty, aquatic tinge to it. Ozonic, airy is a good way to describe this fragrance. Some light citruses, florals with a musky backbone. I think I could end the video right here. Salty, aquatic air, not really dense. Ozonic profile with some light citruses, some florals, and a musky backbone. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this. It smells like a Maurice aquatic, actually. something really familiar. It smells designer-ish. There's something in here that smells, I can't put my finger on it. It smells very familiar. Very unisex, but very pedestrian. Maybe this is why it's getting some hype, like it smells like a designer, so it kind of, you know, somebody that likes bargain bin fragrances, they smell this and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay. The tiara flower gives it its tropical vibe, but it doesn't go full on suntan lotion or tropical, but it does give it mimosa, beachside floral aspect. There's a little bit of that orange piece in here. The citrusy appeal, more orangey than lemon, and it has a lot of the C notes, like aquatic, synthetic kind of thing. At the end of the day, and I'm going to launch this one, kind of, sort of. Oh, it's going the long way down. Okay. I don't get the hype. If this is a hype train, again, I haven't really, but I've seen some love on this one. I'm not on it. As far as Mancera as a branding, they've done better. In the whole spectrum of things, as far as price tag versus what you get, and in this kind of genre, I don't know, like, it feels very familiar, and I wish I had in my Rolodex right now. It's kind of stalling. It maybe needs a couple more batteries, but I feel like it smells like Maurice, but I might be wrong, but it smells like something he has done or something in the designer game. It really smells like an okay starter fragrance. You know, this smells like a fragrance head that has a small budget that wants to kind of stray away from designers and kind of say, hey, I'm starting my niche lineup. You got a few designers, but you still like designer fragrances. This smells like that, you know, and I'm sorry to say, but like someone that's trying to make their collection look good with a few Manceras, more expensive, more niche. You don't have to do that, especially when it smells like this. It's very much pedestrian. I don't smell anything in here that a designer can't do. Is it good? It's okay. But again, just looking at it versus a lot of Manceras, this wouldn't make a top 10, a top 5, top 3, not even close. Don't pay more than a designer price for this one. And that is a realistic goal. These Manceras, and I don't know this one in particular, but you can find testers and maybe smaller bottles, 75 mils, that will be in designer pricing or less, because designers just keep going up and up and up. And I said this in a previous video that Maltals and Manceras have stayed the status quo, where where back in the day when I was like one of the only fragrance reviewers, you know, on YouTube, when I was a young pup, you know, Maltals were side by side with, as far as niche of fragrances, L'Artisan Parfumeur and Serge Lutens and, you know, a couple more brands where they were in this affordable niche fragrances, and it was great for L'Artisan and Serge Lutens. Maltal, not so much, honestly, and this is where this is. But they stayed, Mancera and Maltal stayed in that block, where L'Artisan Parfumeur, I don't know what happened to that brand. It was a great brand, but now you can't find these anywhere. First of all, they're always out of stock of their good stuff, or they discontinue it. And then if you want to buy L'Artisan Parfumeur, it's hardly a discounters, the good ones. And if they are, they're around 200 bucks, 400, where it used to be 90, 75, 100 bucks for L'Artisan Parfumeur. Same with Serge Lutens. Uncle Serge, remember those days where Uncle Serge, L'Artisan Parfumeur were so affordable with the Maltals? It feels like that has all but been erased, and now Maltal and Mancera has won, and they are the only real niche brand hitting that spectrum. So they won. But it still doesn't mean that you should be buying them. At least some of them. So I don't get the hype out of this one. There's nothing in here. You know, the citruses are okay. Nothing crazy. I get mostly the orange out of this. No lemon really. The ginger, a little bit of that, little snap to it. C notes are big, floral, big. Pine tree, I'm not getting much of green or woody aspect here. Vetiver, same green wood, no. Mimosa, yes. Tierra flower, yes. Sea salt, yet. White musk, yes. Amber, not so much. So nothing sexy here, honestly. She's okay. And obviously I got this one at fragflex.com. You can too. Go check out Fragflex. You can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off on anything site-wide. Doesn't have to be this one. They do have tons of Manceras on that website. This is a brand that has a lot of stuff available. I'm happy to have smelt it. Now I have this experience. Thank you, Fragflex, to give me this experience. Now if somebody's talking to me about French Riviera, I'm not going to have a whole bunch of question marks over my head going, oh, I don't know about that. But now I can actually say, yeah, I've smelt this one and this is my thoughts on it. No, it smells like it. I'm trying to think which designer. It smell, no, I don't want to start throwing out names when I'm really not certain, but it does smell very familiar. And I'll go like on Fragrantica after this, and I'll be like, yeah, it smells like this. Damn. Was it a Morias release? We'll see. Now that's heard my take. I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. You can disagree with me, and there is going to be a lot of that because there's a lot of influencers that push this stuff. And that means there's a lot of people that follow these influencers that want to either, hey, I blind bought this because of so-and-so, and now I have to kind of defend my blind buy or defend this fragrance. And there's no need to defend anything on this channel. This is my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt because it's just an opinion. It's not like we're going to meet each other. But if you like it, great. I'm not saying it smells like poop. A lot of stuff doesn't smell like poop. It smells okay, but I'm a reviewer that's going to put something against everything else in the brand, first and foremost, and actually be honest about it. And then, not only that, but put it against the competition and see where this slots in. And again, there's the same thing with PDM. Their price tag versus what they give me in the bottle, not fair. Not fair to the consumer. It's not. And these talking heads kind of make you think that these things are amazing. Honestly, I rather have, if you want my honest opinion, this fragrance, I rather go to an Hermes store and try out their O series. That's over here. You know, they got the Concentré d'Orange Verte, Jardin Solennel. Those are watery, spring type scents. Not necessarily aquatic like this. I'm not saying the same game. But as far as the same type of family, fresh, Jean-Claude Ellena Hermes lineup is killing this. Like it is stomping this to this is nothing. This smells like something that Bulgari released or Armani released. And I don't mean that in a good way. Just that's what it smells like. Anyway, as always, a great report fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Mancera release wisely. Yes, please do. Have a good one, you.